What's the context behind the sub discourse on Twitter yesterday? Oh, God. Subs are really annoying on Twitter, I'm sorry. They just really are. Sexual submissives are incredibly annoying on Twitter. They're insanely, shamelessly omnipresent. They never shut up, always. Anytime you go on Twitter and you scroll through, and this is because I follow people either if they're relevant to my professional, my stream or whatever, or if they are relatively left-leaning and 1,000 followers plus, because they're usually soc dems or left comms, like really far left people or anarchists, or soc dems, so less so. But there's usually a lot of interesting discourse going on there that I think is fun to watch. But I feel like about 30% of my feed just sexual submissives being desperate for each other all the time. Like they'll do this or say this like if to anything. Like if anyone's mean to them, they'll post like horny anime girl memes where they're like, "Oh, they're blushing." They'll post like those image screen caps of like cat boys with the impact bold font on top and bottom saying like, like and retweet if you like ice cream or if you want someone to come in your asshole. Anytime anyone says anything even remotely similar to like good girl or good boy or anything like that, they'll go and they'll act like they're coming in their pants. They're constantly talking about how they want to be bludgeoned over the head. Like the critical thing here, okay, is that sexually dominant. Shut up, Shu. Not now. The critical point here is that sexually dominant people really don't do this, okay? At least not in the online left. I do not scroll through my feed and see like images of like a girl's ass bent over a knee with like a crop or something like that, or like doms being like wish I had a hole to fuck. Like I don't see that. And you know why? Because doms have the social awareness to shut the fuck up. Subs don't, because you are desperate. You are fucking desperate. And you just leak out just socially like a pollutant into the space that you're on. Please stop. I'm begging you. Please. It's everywhere. It goes beyond obnoxious. I legitimately think it's like like almost a problem. If you want me to make like a moral claim, I will. I unironically think the desperation is like a, what would you say? It's like it's a personality defect. Like imagine, like it's not just about being horny. It's like you're so desperate for the attention and affirmation of everyone around you. It goes beyond being horny, I think, The most Chad mentally well horny posters online are people who comment underneath Pornhub videos, okay? Because they're all 56 years old, they're all men, they all enjoy fly fishing and automobile repair, and all of them think that by posting in the comment section underneath the video, the girl in the video will see it and call them. Now this is the apex of horny posting online, okay? That's as good as it gets, really. I think it's pure. It's innocent. It's good, okay? But the critical thing here is that it never really goes beyond a kind of mutual appreciation for like, how do I put this? Okay, let me try this. You know how there's an archetype of heterosexual guy who will like loudly attend strip clubs, post images of like girls wearing American flag bikinis with like kind of like boomer horny like impact font over it, who will talk about like, like how hot girl, yeehaw, like that kind of stuff, Yeah, they're cringe as fuck. Okay. I actually think the subs are more cringe than that. They're doing that. They're being that blatant and shameless and desperate with their expression of their sexual identity, but it's worse because being publicly horny involves less expressed emotional involvement than being publicly submissively horny, in which case any kind of degrading or even apathetic attention you give them is like implicitly contributing to their sexual kink. You know what I mean? Like, at least if the boomer guy who wears a cowboy hat and posts Confederate bikini girl pictures, if you say, "Hey, shut the fuck up," like, he'll get mad at you and he'll call you the N-word, which, okay. But with you guys, you can say, "Hey, subs, can you please shut the fuck up? You're literally clogging all social interactions with your desperate, impotent attempts at getting anyone to fuck you, and it's not working and it won't work." And what they do is they post fucking anime memes at you about how horny they are at being talked down to, as evidenced. That was my Twitter take. It works though. Doms sometimes like it. That's why they do it. No, I'm sorry. I will never read it as anything other than desperation. If your uh if your program for sexual like trying to appeal to people is using your non-sex exclusive social media accounts to shamelessly borderline erotic roleplay with fucking everyone you encounter, it's absolutely shameless, completely shameless and desperate. This is stochastic terrorism on subs. They won't shut up. It's everything. They're all over the place constantly. Don't care, be shameless. All the people here who are like, I don't care, be shameless, whatever, would not feel that way if it was like cishet, straight, normie shit. If it was, and there were a bunch of people who were just posting like, hot bikini babes with platinum blonde hair and cowboy hats, and that was constant, and every day, every time you scroll through your feed, there are just a ton of people who are leftist content creators or prominent leftists posting that and going like, nice tits, brother, yeehaw. You would get annoyed with it, and you would not appreciate whatever indignant bullshit they came up with. That's what Instagram is. No, I don't even use Instagram. And I don't care, by the way, if you do this shit on Discord, because at least in Discord, you find communities that are particular to your interests. On Twitter, that's not the case. Everything is public. And there are people who will alternate rapidly between fucking leftist discourse and this. You're ruining the not safe for work section of your Discord, please. No, that's a space for it. Why aren't you mad at the cishet doing it? Because I never see it. I've been on Twitter for 2.5 years in the context of being Vaush, and 0 times have I seen any discourse around people boomer posting about how hot conventionally attractive platinum blonde white girls are, or anything like that. I have never seen that. Okay? Because the online left is incredibly permissive towards some kinds of expressed sexuality and very not permissive towards others. The online left will deal with an infinite number of horny trans girls talking about taking it up the ass and have 0 patience whatsoever for heterosexual men liking girls in cowboy hats. And if you don't think there's a bias there, you're delusional, okay? Because there's absolutely a difference in how it's treated and responded to. 100%, okay? Completely, 100%. Do you like blondes and cowboy hats? I do not like blondes and cowboy hats. I like brunettes, and I find cowboy hats almost psychically repulsive. Why the fuck would anyone find cowboy hats hot? I don't know. I'm just evoking a stereotype. Look, all I'm saying is, okay, I'm worrying for you guys, You know how, like, people who conduct BDSM in, like, the responsible BDSM mantra is all about, you know, recognizing consent and like separating this from that and like care and blah blah blah. And just when I see the incredibly desperate subs on left Twitter, all I think is, and this might be unfair, but all I can think is, holy shit, These people have no sexual experience. They're going to fall for the first fucking dom who finds them in real life, no matter how abusive they are, and they're going to be in a 6-year relationship, stripped of everything, material and mental, and then they're going to have to grow from that because they have absolutely no standards because they're so fucking desperate. I'm just saying, okay? Now that's not the case with everyone. It's just a concern. That's really sad. I think so too. But what can I do? This more kink at pride discourse? No, it's great Stunlock stream. Thanks. We're not even going to talk about the gender stuff. We'll fucking talk about it later. We're going to play Metro as soon as I'm done with this shit. Yeah. You might say that about subs, but our bottom's bad. On left Twitter, almost all subs are bottoms, and almost all bottoms are subs. I mean, they don't mean the same thing, but at least on left, I've seen very little examples of people outside, on the borders of that Venn diagram. So, oh my God, yes, Tempest, please. If it's the constant horny posting. I mean, bottom should be bullied anyway, but it's including your food takes. You've hit every crazed discourse you could this stream. Yeah, well, subs are bad. Why do you read them? Thank you, Forio, for the tier 1 sub. Yeah, obviously not all subs are bad, of course. The ones that contribute to my monetary stability are good. Please leave me alone. I'm going to cry. Look, I'm just, look, okay? How real do we want to go here? Do I want to go real? Do I want to... Let's do some mental calculations on this. No, yeah, we can end. Yeah, no. Okay, look. Look, this isn't everyone, okay? But let's be real here, okay? A ton of people who are submissive are dealing with some shit. It's an insecurity or a trauma. Now, not to say there aren't people who use sexual domination as a way of dealing with feelings of insecurity themselves. Of course, I'm not talking about them. I'm talking about the subs. Ton of them dealing with feelings of insecurity, which, are easier to control in a sexual environment because when consent is a factor, you get to control them and they feel less pathologized and blah, blah. We know how this works, okay? But, you have to be aware of that shit. And if you let that steer you into a brick wall, oh my God. Because I've seen, I swear to God, I'm really not trying to extrapolate, but if I were to mentally tally, if I had a perfect memory, mentally tally all of the stories that I've heard of people who, through insecurity or abuse, are quite sexually submissive, they get into a relationship with the first confident person or confident seeming person they find, who then abuses the ever-loving shit out of them, which worsens everything. And then but they can't leave because their self-worth is tied, blah, 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 blah. And because the point of the BDSM thing is that the sexual submissiveness isn't supposed to contribute to any kind of vulnerability that could limit your ability to safely have relationships. There's supposed to be a clear delineation between any elements of submissiveness that play into whatever cool sex you're having or whatever, and whatever elements of the submissiveness would open you up to red flags or abuse from a partner. And that line is different for every person and very blurry and very difficult to distinctly and empirically determine, especially for the desperate, horny fucking subs on Twitter who have never so much as breathed another person's carbon dioxide. So I'm begging you guys, okay? Holy shit, be careful, okay? No matter how horny you are, all right? If you the first time you meet a person who's like, oh wow, oh my God, they're so confident and strong, okay? There are a million more like them. Please don't just instantly fucking fall into the first well that you find, okay? Please, God, just take a deep fucking breath. I get it, okay? Okay, well, this is just a left Twitter thing, but all of you are trans, okay? You're trans, you're we're talking about left Twitter and subs, then you're probably a trans girl. Okay, you're a trans girl. You're a gender identity. You're this. You're that. You know, great, phenomenal. Oh my God, you're a girl now to experience relationships and sex as a girl. Blah blah. Please, holy shit! Please calm down and take a fucking deep breath. Okay, I swear to God. It's a bad caricature. I said subs who horny post on left Twitter, and that is a disproportionately trans girl thing. Feels weird as a male sub. Are you all dumb? Have you not? You can't relate to what I'm saying. What? Because I said girl. What? Oh. I was along. I understood where Vaush was going, but then it was the person in his example was a different gender and transness than me, and now the experience is unrelatable. Just you get what I mean. Just. And why do you think it's only girls? Yeah, you understand what I mean. Also, honest to God, I just don't think this particular pattern of behavior happens that often to guys. At least not as often, you know. When guys have their like fucking life torpedoed by other people, it usually doesn't have to do with. It is disproportionately less likely that it would be through some kind of conflation of sexual insecurity and, abuse by a partner. And more often because the girlfriend keeps taking you out to expensive restaurants, but then saying she forgot her wallet and asks you to pay, and then you end up destitute. That's sort of the way it happens to us generally. So it's different experiences. That was a joke. I expected some kekvies there. That was a joke. The idea that abuse of a sexual submissive was comparable to getting shanghaied out of free dinners. Okay,